seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Chicago Bears. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. Williams loses the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Off play action, Fields. He'll buy some time right. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. A costly mistake there in the return game, and that is not. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it's... changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Penei Sewell, the 7th overall pick, hit with a penalty there. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
But Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition, so great. I mean, going back essentially through the full century of the NFL, I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. But I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams from the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening. But how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down.
These two teams met up earlier in the year back in week 4. And it was the visitors getting the win there. So they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
From just shy of midfield, Goff. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Here we go on fourth. Goff. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
A nice throw there for the first down. And this is a big moment for this young man under center. You know, he's had a few months now to get acclimated to life in the NFL, but you got to think a little extra pressure here, right, CD? I mean, you're getting the start on Thanksgiving in front of the national audience.
Especially since you and I both know he's watched this game since he was, 4, 5, 6 years old and dreamed of playing in it. In fact, his family sent us some of those videos of he and his family in the backyard playing their Turkey Bowl games themselves. So now he's gone from the backyard to the big stage, and here he is.
On first down, it's Fields.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Chicago!
Darnell Mooney.
His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Bears have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Santos with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Goff now looks to throw.
He'll get that complete to Hunter Bryant, the tight end.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Goff now looking to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you play on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. And sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league can support it quite well, where you can move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a third game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the third one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football. That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there.
54 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. From the gun, here's Goff. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front, that's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield.
And in for the Lions, touchdown. Josh Reynolds, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
They've got his man, complete, the 20. Touchdown, Chicago.
So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
And it really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive guy,
and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category. Now, that deserves a couple exclamation points.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Play action. It's Fields.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. It's caught inside the 25. And finally Lions inside the 5 at the 4. A huge play there for Chicago.
But I think it's about time I took my eyes off of the secondary or the guys with the football. How about the offensive line on that snap? They took care of business.
Absolutely, and when he can stay in the pocket like that, you're going to get big plays like we just saw. To the air again, Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. David Montgomery, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears have broken the tie. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. On first down, gone.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by Danny Trevathan.
And the Bears will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes you're fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
Here's Fields.
And he finds Montgomery complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Sliding out of the pocket. Man open is Robinson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick.
Grant, he will not return it, and his guys will begin at the 25.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On second and very short,
Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On play action, Fields. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. A big connection on that one. 37 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen, and it turns into a nice positive play.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Jakeem Grant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Santos with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game. So he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it.
And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. Here's Goff.
He gets this complete to Cephas.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the right.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Fields on first down. There's Mooney with another catch.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
2nd and 4.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Tracy Walker. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders.
And yet again, Goff is intercepted.
Picked off by Tashawn Gibson.
And the Bears are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Fields now to throw.
They'll roll him out right. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions.
Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the third. That right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Goff looking deep downfield. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Mark 38. Mark 38.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. 1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. There he goes inside the 30. And down to the 27-yard line. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep.
Now Montgomery running right. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Fields.
Hard throw, incomplete.
Had an open man that time, and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Goff's throw taken in by Hockenson here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Goff. Reynolds with a catch out on the right side. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
The scoreboard tells a story for them a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw into the hands of Reynolds here. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 28. Now Goff. Targets and finds Reynolds once more. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Bears' 20-yard line.
Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Williams. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Bilal Nichols there on the stop. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. A little tough on the secondary there. End zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Deshaun Gibson. And the Bears force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 53 yards rushing for him now to this point.
It's a gain of 8, and it brings up
Off play action, Fields. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 26. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
the Lions take over 1st down.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Goff now looking to throw. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Bears, and it appears they're going to win this game. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for the Bears, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.